power outage. So we are back on streaming via Facebook, YouTube, and Skype. Each one of you is welcomed. Ego and love. There is a television set in each one of your houses. Live streaming on YouTube is I'm trying to connect it back. Each one of you have a television set in the house, which is a box. Outside, apparently it looks like a box with a screen, and inside it has electronic devices that can connect you to the cyberspace, where all that is being broadcast is, where all that is relayed or broadcast is stored. And through that device, you can connect to any television station anywhere in the world. Now, through certain devices, through cable, through wireless, all these things are made available to you in your house. And it is a wonder, a surprise. Whatsoever is being broadcast live is reaching you in your house. I am speaking to you far away from your place, but you are seeing the live telecast. The telecast means a television image, as well as the sound. You are connected to me directly. And if it is one-to-one, I can bring you live, so both you and I can be connected to one another live, like a live. We call it in modern terminology as the conference calling. Now, taking this similar example, we go to the religion. In Islamic tradition, it is said Holy Prophet had the Mirajul Nabi, that we celebrate that day. And on that day, Holy Prophet he went in his bodily form and appeared in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have you ever thought how was it possible? And it was possible only for Holy Prophet, but not for you. If you ask any priest, a Maulvi, he will say that yes, it happened to Holy Prophet. but it cannot happen to you. This is ignorance. I say to you, it can happen to you as well. Because you have the same capacity, you have the same seed in you that Holy Prophet or Buddha or anyone else had for that matter of fact. For that, there is a device. If you can sit down in a particular yoga posture, posture I call it, yoga comes from the word yuj, means to connect. You are not connected to your own system. How can you connect to the cosmic space? You have not connected your television set to your own electrical socket, and you want to connect to BBC or CNN or any other station. It cannot happen. First of all, you have to connect your device, be it computer, be it television, be it any other device, to the electrical socket. See, the internet connection is there, and then you can tune in to that particular station for a live telecast or whatever it is. For this live broadcast, you have to do the same thing. Open your system, whichever one you have been using, connect to the electrical socket, see all your connections are right, and then you tune in to the place where this live broadcast was being, live streaming is being done from. You are connected. You are listening to it. You are watching it. So yoga means, first of all, you are establishing the connection within your system, and then so you are ready. It is said, it is internet ready. So you become internet ready. If you can sit down in a posture for 2.5 hours without any movement, you can connect to the cosmic space. And when you are connected to the cosmic space, you reach in front of the existence. You can know anything that is happening or is there in the existence. All those who have the visions or the prophets, this is how they attain to that state. Yoga comes from the word to unite. Once you are united within, means just as in the computer technology, we call that your system is updated, you are connected to the electrical socket, you have internet ready, so all that inner connections are done. First of all, you have to check these, establish these connections, and then you can connect to any station that you want to connect for live streaming, live broadcast, live telecast, or whatsoever it might be. This is how you are seeing and visioning it exactly how it is happening, just as you are doing it now. So when Holy Prophet, it is said that in Mirazul Nabi, he appeared in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and 23 years this used to happen on a day-to-day basis, and the compilation of that is known as Quran Pak, Quran Majid. When Veda Vyas attained to that state, he envisioned everything, whatever is happening. Whatever is happening. And then he wanted to write it. So the system was developed that whatsoever he saw, he wanted it to write, and the whole composition is known as Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita is part of that. A question is asked, just as you ask a question, and I look into and I answer that question, respond to that question. In the same way, it happens always, it happens, and it can happen any moment. But for that, your body, you cannot still your mind, because that is not in your control. But you can sit in a particular position without any movement for a certain period of time. You see, watch it. I am sitting and having this live streaming. There is no fidgeting in my body. Movement, if I just sit down like that, you will see that's a statue. So a little bit movement I had to create. When I'm speaking, the mouth opens, but there is no thoughts running inside. Maybe some of you may be sitting down and fidgeting, but there are moments in each of the broadcasts, if you really listen to it and watch, for a few moments you are connected to your being, that you become still and you do not know what had happened to you. You can take any of these live streaming videos that are available on Facebook, and much easier it is to connect to any of these videos via YouTube, where all these over 1,000 videos in this particular channel, taoshobuddha 1, is there. You connect to any one of these and just watching it, something starts settling in you. Even if it happens for a few moments, that is very important. That is giving you a training that your body becomes still. My purpose is not to give you the message, the words, is to create a situation that something gets still in you in those moments, maybe even for a few moments. Your body is not moving. Eyes become stationary. You are sitting in a statue-like position. Everything has become calm. When the body becomes still, the mind naturally becomes still. As long as there are thoughts moving within, there will be movement of the eyes. When I see you, observe your face. As the thoughts appear on the inner sky, there is a movement on the face through the facial nerves, expression and the movement of the eyes. I can sit down like this without having the eyes blinking. That is the state when you have established in yourself. In yoga terminology, it is called Yoga Siddhi. Means you have excelled in the state. And the moment that happens, you can connect to the cosmic womb. Enlightenment means you go to the university, you spend certain number of years in primary education, then secondary education. When you finish the primary education, you graduate from there, you enter into Secondary education, when you finish there, you enter into university. When you finish your education in the university, you are ready to plunder in the outer world, the inner and the outer world that you see around. Enlightenment is completion of that education to know yourself first. And when you have completed that, then you can enter into the existence. You know what is there happening in the existence. What did Miraj is known as? But first and the foremost is that you have to complete the education within yourself. You know yourself. One of the hadiths in Quran Pak, Quran Majid says, Man arfa nafsahu arfa rabbahu. One who has known oneself has known arfa rabbahu. Rabb is the totality or the existence or God or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever name you may call it. You can know that. So this is a device. So that I could establish a harmony within, I can become a catalyst. This particular talk can become a catalyst in harmonizing all the discordant elements within you. And when that happens, you are ready to connect to the outer space. But ego does not allow it to happen. It is only through love that you can connect within and from within to without. Ego and love can never coexist. One is the absence of the other. Ego is the absence of other, and it never fulfills you. You are disconnected. It simply appears that something is fulfilling within you, and you are disillusioned that ego fulfills. It goes on agreeing for wrong things, because ego can exist only when there is, only with the wrong. It feeds on the wrong. So whenever you feel that your ego is fulfilled, beware. Ego is something that you have eaten, something wrong. You have swallowed something wrong. Whenever you feel egoless, relax. Now you have eaten right. Just as when you eat something rotten or wrong stuff, you feel upset within. This is what happens. But we get accustomed to eating putrefied food so much that we do not feel a difference. Now, when you have eaten the right kind of stuff, something which is in tune with your nature, something, remember, is in tune with your nature, you are in a different state. Ego arises out of disturbance, but ego has its own logic. It goes on saying that you are important. You are the most important person in the world, and you have to prove it in different ways and means. And we are trying to do this one day or the other. Somebody is possessing more money or a beautiful spouse or prestige, power, becoming an artist, a poet, a great saint. All these are nourishing your ego. But we are all trying in some way or the other to prove our innermost fantasy that we are the most important person in the world. Then you cannot be a lover. Ambition poisons love. A lover is not in any need to prove anything. You do not need to prove anything. The flower does not need to prove its fragrance and beauty. It simply blossoms lamp is lit, and then it is wrong to say that it attracts. It happened, but for the sake of the language, we say when the flower blossoms, when a lamp is lit, the bees gather around it, starts humming, doing a dance of ecstasy. The bees humming around a flower is the dance of ecstasy. They gather whatever their capacity permits them, and then they move away from there, process it in their own way, and produce something nectarine as honey, which is very important, used as a source of healing. It has many properties. Where it has come from? First, the flower has blossomed, and a blossomed flower always attracts. It has nothing of its own. It has blossomed, and that's all. Its work is finished. The bees will not, they are always in search of the blossomed flowers. They start hovering around there, sit on the pollen, collect the nectar, carry it to their place, and process it into something that is beneficial to your health. You have heard some words, you have allowed it to process within, they become a part of your own growth, they blossom, and there is a blossoming. Your lamp is lit, your flower, the seed has blossomed. Its beauty and fragrance cannot contain it. And when it starts manifesting, the bees will gather. Ambition becomes poison for love. A lover need not be in any need to prove. In fact, he knows that he is loved, and that is enough. Try to diagnose it very carefully. When you are not loved, how can you be loved if you do not love? The process begins with you. In your blossoming, you have known the art of being loved, art of loving. When you are not loved and also you do not love, suddenly a great need arises to perform, to do something to show to the world that you are important, you are needed. There is a great need to be needed. You feel futile, impotent, and useless if you are not needed. Why do I have to worry about anything? The need itself is not wrong. It is a love need to be needed. If a woman loves you, you are fulfilled. Somebody needs you, you are significant. Then you do not worry about crowd. You do not go into marketplace and shout, I am important. Then you are not ambitious. You do not collect money like an obsession. If somebody loves you, in that love, you are dignified, you are fulfilled. You become a sovereign. You have nothing, yet you become a sovereign. Love makes you an emperor. Love makes you an emperor, a sovereign. Love fulfills you so deeply and so greatly, then there is no need to perform or do anything else. On the contrary, ego simply does not exist. With love. But if that need remains unfulfilled, then you try to fulfill it. It somehow You like to become a very famous person, so many people need you. But in love, if you are fulfilled in love, then nothing else is needed. You are so overwhelming. As if you have got the wings, you can fly, you can soar in the sky. Because there is nothing more fulfilling than the taste of love. For this, you need not. You can be in love with yourself, and that is more than enough. And the moment you know the art of loving yourself as you are, you find that something has started blossoming in you. Remember, to be loved by one and to be needed by millions is not same. Even a simple person's love, even a simple glance of love is enough, and you can collect millions of people. They can all look towards you, but that will not be satisfying in any way. What is satisfying? The glance, the look of a person. Look of a person out of love is more fulfilling than anything else. Power, money, nothing can fulfill the need of love. You can possess great kingdoms, but you will not be fulfilled. Your love need will not be fulfilled. Love is the blossoming of your being, and my effort is to share my presence in myriad ways so that your seed grows, the flower blossoms, you feel something throbs within. Power cannot fulfill a love need. You can possess many great kingdoms, but that will not fulfill your love need. If you possess one heart that throbs in tune with you, then you are fulfilled. If you possess one heart that throbs in tune with you, I say throbs in between, throbs in tune with you, throbs in tune with you, you have attained a great treasure. And that is the purpose of the life. That means you are integrated within. You have attained, excelled into that physical position. You can connect to the cosmos. You can connect to the existence outside. And you know whatsoever is happening there. Love is the most important device to connect you to your innerness, and through that innerness you can connect to the entire cosmos. Just as the television set, its internet connection connects you to any live streaming, love is the only connection that connects you first to within, makes you internet ready, and then connects you to the cosmos, whatsoever is happening in the existence. This is how great visions happened. Vision to Holy Prophet happened. This is how Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata happened. This is how he envisioned. So too, you have that capacity. Allow love to blossom in you. It can happen. Something can become a catalyst in you. My word, my presence. My word is my presence. The presence is assuming the form of the sound waves. The expressions on the face. The stillness of the body. Watch this video and see if there was any stillness in the body. This stillness can become a catalyst in you. And a thought may come, how can I attain to this? A process has begun. How can this person sit down like this for a period of time without any movement in a statue like? There is no need for any movement, because all movements happen because of disturbances. There is something fidgeting. I am expecting a great crowd to happen. No. I am not interested in crowds anymore. I am interested only in you as a person. I am speaking for you and to you. Nothing else is important to me at this moment when I am speaking. You are connected not to the words but to a presence. I am making this presence, which is some totality of the physical body, and when the physical body is still, the eyes become unwavering. I am connected to my within. The words overflow, the presence. Allow this presence to enter in you deep within. And the moment this presence reaches in you, the process of transformation begins. That is the purpose of these live broadcasts and many different forms. The topics are not important. My message is only one: how this presence, this silence within me can become a catalyst in the process of your own journey. If you start getting a taste of this is mystical wine. बहुत कड़वी है मैं इस साकी की, बहुत कड़वी है मैं इस साकी की, रंग लाएगी अगर सांसों में उतर आने दो। बहुत कड़वी है मैं इस साकी की, रंग लाएगी अगर सांसों में उतर आने दो. Indeed, the mystical wine of this brewer is bitter indeed. Allow a drop of it to ooze into your being. Rang laegi, it will start having its effect in you. Rang laegi, how it will enter into you? Sanson mein utar aane do. Allow it to enter into your being through the breathing. Each one of you lives with one side of the brain activated. And this process takes 45 minutes to complete. That is why each meditation completes in a process of 45 minutes to 1 hour. You are breathing from your left nostril. Normally everybody breathes from the right nostril, and breathing from the right nostril, it strengthens, activates your left side of the brain, which is logic. The right side remains undeveloped, which is spirituality, which is love, which is understanding, which is awakening. There is a particular breathing exercise in yoga that is known as Anulom Vilom, reversible exercise. You breathe through the right nostril and release through the left, and vice versa. But this simply balances. I want to enhance your breathing to massage your right side more. Breathe through the left nostril. Hold the breath and release it from the right side. It will massage your right side of the brain. It will give you more energy. It will nourish your inner being more. Breathe through the left nostril. By pressing the right, you are breathing in. Hold. Close the left. Release it from the right side. If you can do this, but start up with whatever time you can do, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and up to whatever time you can extend it. It will nourish your inner being. It will nourish your right side of the brain. And you are disturbed because your left side of the brain is more active. The logic, the fear, the doubt, the anger is activated, and there is no room for love or other things. When there is fear, love cannot blossom. It needs nourishment. So, do this breathing exercise. This is happening at the physical level, but it has its tremendous effect on the innerness. Don't tell me I told you the other day something else to do. I'm telling you now to do and continue doing this, and this you can continue lifelong. As long as you are alive. Just as every day you water your plants, seasonally you nourish it, and that is important for the growth of the plant, for your own growth. The nourishment is very important. Keep your finger, you can use the thumb and the finger. With the thumb, I press the right nostril, so the left is open. I breathe in through the left nostril. Hold the breath. Now I put the finger on the left and release the thumb to release the right nostril and breathe out. Using the two, the thumb is on the right nostril, the finger is in the air, left nostril is open to breathe in. Then hold the breath, press the left nostril, release the right, and release the air that is there in it. It will nourish your being. It will strengthen you. Hope this is a simple process. You have understood it. Continue doing. If you, as many times as you can do. You are told to do 5 times wuzu as a Muslim. Let this be your inner wuzu. If you can do each time 5 times, a process has begun. 5 times tomorrow can become 10 times. 10 times can begin 15 times. And as much time as you have, you do it. In the night before going to bed, or you can choose the pattern or decide the pattern on your own and continue doing this. Until tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.